just said
it's about him.
He just said he's one of their best players. And that might be true. That just speaks volumes about the Patriots this year. But it's like, what do I not get about Davon Godchaux? And what does he mean when he says the team has a different value than the market? We can get into that. Jones and Mego with Arcan live on WEEI. We're here at Bar Louie. Roof deck, it's filling up fast, so you need a spot to stop by and hang out before you go to Tom Brady night tonight at Gillette Stadium. It's the spot to do it, but I would hustle up and get here. We'll be here until 6. Mego and Arcan are going to hustle over there and be in their seats for 6:30, just like the Patriots are recommending. They're not going to miss anything. Mego maybe not. I heard Arcan want to hustle over there. What's your thing on Godchaux before we get into it?
Okay, Mayo's answer there when he says, "Oh, he's working," had major shades of The Departed, working overtime.
He's out here.
He's working overtime.
Overtime. So to me, if Davon Godchaux is now holding in, maybe you've handed out too many stupid contracts. And I don't want to criticize Kraft for spending money. I want him to spend money. I wish he spent more of it. Just, if you're handing out all these contracts to all these so-so players on your team, and now it's like Ramondre Stevenson is, like he's knocking on the door. He's like, hey, my extension's close, right? Davon Godchaux is holding in for God. Like, Judon I got.
Yeah.
Judon I get. Pro bowler, great player, difference maker. Davon Godchaux? I'd tell him to go screw. Like, play. Here's your contract. Play or don't play. I don't care. No one's going to notice anyway. The fact that players like this are starting to line up for new deals makes me wonder, have they been a little overzealous in who they brought back? I'm okay with spending money. You didn't have to spend it on all your average so-so players.
Jones, I don't know if it's something totally new, though. This has been a trend over the last couple of years. Remember Lawrence Guy was trying to pull this last year, and we had just about the same conversation.
And they didn't give him any money.
Like, what does a Lawrence Guy do?
And everybody talked about how he was so important. I mean, that's really what it is. Like they
didn't give Lawrence Guy his money.
No, they didn't, and that's an important distinction.
And
I'm not sure they'll give it to Godchaux
They didn't give Judon his money. They gave Judon a small advance on his money, but that's
front-loaded it.
That's subtracted from his money this year. Like, they didn't give him any more money than he was going to make. They just gave him more cash flow. They gave it to him quicker, but he's now making less this year in terms of real cash, not cap dollars, but real cash. He's going to make less. They advanced him last year.
Yeah, and
they didn't hand those out.
I agree, but you asked the question, why are players like this holding in? It's because players like this are getting paid. Like, that's why. I mean, you're seeing it happen. You saw it with Uche and some of these other guys who are, more part-time players than Godchaux is. Godchaux played a lot last year, and he's a good defensive lineman, I guess. But I mean, he's probably looking around saying, "Hey, everybody else is getting paid. Like, what the hell? I'm up soon. Why not join in on this?" It seems like they're willing to keep their own guys.
Do you think it's that? Well, so I think it's that second thing.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he's like, well, these guys are all getting. I think he's just like, they're paying everybody, so they'll probably just pay me. So let me just all hold in. Ouch, my hamstring hurts, and I'm not going to be out there until you pay me. Like, I just think all these players are expecting it now because they've handed out contracts to worse players.
I go back to what you started with, though, which is like, I don't want to sit here and complain about the owner not spending money. It's just, okay, I don't care. Pay Godchaux, whatever. Like, if you're like a super, all 22, you're probably in on Godchaux in a different way than the casual fan. I'm saying you're probably going to defend that in a different way. Whatever, pay Godchaux and then go pay a receiver.
Okay, so
from the outside.
So this
I agree
with.
Everybody. If you're going to pay everybody, truly pay everybody, not just the guys in the building.
Okay, so this I agree with, but it's like, okay, could I have taken?
Don't want to be on the side of like, don't pay Godchaux,
okay. But he's not very good.
Because
so I'm okay with not paying good players.
You have so much money to spend against the cap.
I agree, but you also don't have to spend on your not good players. And so, like,
well, I don't know that he's not good. He's not a Pro Bowler. I think he's good. I think he's fine.
Would you take him or Keion White?
I have no idea. I have no idea if he's any good. I never heard of him before he got here. I never noticed him when he played. I have no idea if he's good.
He's not as good as Barmore. I think we all agree, right? Barmore's better. I think Keion White's probably going to be better. Like, that hurts his value in some ways. You got two young players who are rookie, second-year player, now third-year, I guess, who play that same kind of position, the interior defensive line.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. If they're not going to spend, and they're spending on, like, they're X amount of dollars below the cap, they have the most cap space in the NFL, they're not spending. They're not. The players you are spending on, I'm going to look at and go, well, why didn't you just give that money to Calvin Ridley? Like, why are we giving money to
But it's a bigger thing that
Godchaux
you don't have to choose.
and Uche? No, you don't have to
spend all of it.
You don't have to.
What they are choosing.
Right, but they have made that decision. That decision's wrong. They should spend more than they are. But, all right, fine, this is the number they're spending. I don't like how they've allocated the money. So, right, I don't want to bitch about spending money. But when you're just bringing back all the same guys on the team who weren't very good, meaning the team wasn't very good, I question how good the players are. And I don't know. It's just like everybody's lining up going, oh, okay, he got his. Where's mine? That doesn't seem super functional.
I just don't think it's anything new. I think it's what they started doing last year.
Well, but they didn't.
So,
but I already told you this. They didn't pay Lawrence Guy and they didn't pay Judon. If
yeah,
they pay,
so we don't know that they're going to pay.
If they pay Godchaux, it will be new.
It will be new, but we don't have that yet.
All right, but
we'll
they did pay Uche and they did pay Duggar and they did pay several other
guys. But those
guys.
guys were free agents.
Right.
This is a hold in. That's different.
I know. I'm just saying they did pay their own people and didn't let them go to free agency and kept them around. So I can see why, and Onwenu and those other guys, there were free agents, but they were people who were here before and contributed. And Godchaux looks at it and says, well, that should be me.
Why do you hate Godchaux?
I just think there's a million Godchauxs in the NFL. You can replace him easily. You don't have to pay him.
You're probably right about that.
You want to hold in? That's laughable. That's what I think.
I mean, I think you're right about that, too. I mean, the hold in is ridiculous, but I also think that Godchaux is leveraging this because he knows that Mayo cares about keeping the defense together because he's a defensive coach, and he's worried that if they start losing bits and pieces, he won't have the same control.
And they're worried about keeping everybody happy.
Right.
Oh, Bill was the bad guy. And so, hey, now it's good cop. And the good cop's paying everybody. At least all the average players on the team, not good free agents.
I think that technically makes you a bad cop.
It's gonna be a cop who's not gonna last very long if that's the way you keep handing out contracts like this.